Hello, welcome. My name is Kevin J. Clark, also known as KJack Designs. And what I'm going to do today is show you a little teaser promotional video, a sneak peek, so to speak, of what I'm offering to my patrons for Patreon, which is basically a behind-the-scenes video once a week of how I created one of my artworks for the week. One of my new artworks. So basically I'm going to kind of give you a little sneak peek into that to show you just what you'll be getting. You'll actually get the full video once you become a patron and everything. You'll get the full video each week. But today I'm just going to show you, this video is only going to maybe last a few minutes or so. We'll see how long it goes. But it's just going to be kind of the beginning process of how I start to create the artwork, just so you can kind of get a glimpse of what you're going to get. So basically, what you see here, this is the very first artwork that I added to my original KJack Designs gift page. It's called A Taste of Seattle. And you'll find it on my original KJack Designs page, which you can find the link for that on my Patreon page. And the gifts with this design are all at the very bottom of that page. And I'm going to kind of just give you a glimpse of how I created this artwork and came to this final enhanced photography artwork. This was how it originally looked. This is the original photo. And then this was the final artwork I established. Now I use an app called Mobile Monet for the beginning process. And basically, now this is the app has advanced, where actually a lot of the stuff today looks even more photorealistic. A lot of my artworks today than what they originally did. And I don't keep track of the filters that I used for each artwork. So copying it exactly as to what it originally was would be quite difficult. So basically I'm just going to kind of give you a glimpse. Now right there I filled the canvas because it was originally blank. I put it in paintbrush mode. And I work with a few of these different filters, and each artwork is different because how the original photograph, in terms of lighting, the distance of the shot, all that's going to be different for each artwork. So the use of each filter is going to be different for each artwork. But I tend to use the line width that you see there, line intensity, and I use vibrance and brightness for all my artworks. Those are the four that I tend to work with. I always put the shading down to 0. I also put the paint size and the grain down to 0. And I never touch the contrast. I leave it the same. Now you'll see here, there's quite a bit of black in there, within the artwork there. I like to kind of get rid of a lot of that to really clear things up. What I'm going to do is first I'm going to work with the brightness. See how it's that's toning it down. I'm actually just going to lighten that a little bit. Then I'm going to work on the vibrancy. See what we can do with the color of that. Now that's a little too much. I've got it all the way up. I'm going to tone that back a little bit. Now I like the colors there. Alright, so that's a good starting point. Now I'm going to get rid of some of the heavy blackness in the lines. I'm going to zoom in there, get myself a sense of what I'm looking at. And then I'm going to work with the line width and the line intensity. I'm just going to play with it some here. See how it gets blurry when I do the line intensity there? We don't want that. I like it to be as detailed as possible. So I'm going to leave that alone for right now. I can actually reset that so it is where it was, and I'm going to put the shading back. So now let's see what the line width does. Again, too much black. So let's bring down the line with some and thin out those black lines. Move the line intensity there some. See how it gets all the way down? I move the line with it, gets a little blurry. But by adding the width, you create some detail to it. Now, all right, that's a little too much. All right, it's starting to come together. Let's see what we can do here. See how the line width is creating all this static with the lines, the gray areas there. We want to kind of minimize that as much as possible without losing too much detail. That's not a bad start there. Just kind of playing and seeing how the black lines come in here. You'll see there. It's a little much there. If you look right here, you'll see the changes that I'm making in terms of the intensity of the black lines within the artwork. I could go all the way down, but then it makes things a little too blurry. And even though that clears it up and gets rid of it, then we've got some blurriness. See the blurriness there? Bringing those black lines in helps to bring back some of the detail to the artwork. But yet we don't want it to be too distracting, all those black lines. Playing with the width here a little bit. Now see, well, that's a pretty good start. I would play with this a little more. And just kind of sharpening things a little bit. I think we can bring the vibrance down a little bit. See how I'm playing with the vibrance? Make the colors a little less distracting. I want to keep that. I like having my artworks vibrant, but not too bright, where it takes away from the aesthetic beauty of the artwork. All right. So that's just kind of a glimpse. I would continue to work with this, really sharpen it out, but this is a very good starting point. It just kind of gives you a glimpse of how I create my artworks. So I hope you decide to become a patron. I would really appreciate it. Feel free to reach out, ask me any questions, and I thank you very much. Have a good day.